Welcome back, everybody. Got a pretty simple job today. We're just swapping out a PCV valve on my 1987 Dodge Ram 50 or Mitsubishi Mighty Max, whichever one you want, because it's going to be the same parts. It's a simple little thing that does a lot of good for your engine. So let's take one out and then we'll go over how it works. On this little Mitsubishi 2.6, the PCV valve actually threads into the valve cover right here at the front. A lot of older ones you'll have just slip in and out with a rubber grommet, but this one does actually thread in. And we should just be able to use our metric crescent wrench to get this thing out of here. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's get this unthreaded, pop the new one in, and then we'll go over how these things work. Oh, that is disgusting. I am definitely glad I'm changing this thing out. See, they should be nice and clean like this. Look at that. Ooh, that's just way better. All right. There we go. Don't need to Hulk that, just need to get it on. There we go. New PCV valve. Now, let me go show you how these things work. All right, so here's our PCV valve, right? This end right here is intake vacuum, and it's going to flow this way. This is to crankcase, and it's still obviously flowing this way. And the object of this is to get the pressure out of the crankcase so you don't blow gaskets. And you don't want to just vent this to atmosphere like the old road draft tubes did, because that's just, it's bad for everybody basically. These plungers on the inside of this are sort of bullet shaped or traffic cone shaped. There we go, you can see a little bit better. So as they move this way more, they're wider across here and actually become a restriction the farther up the tube they move. So again, at idle, you've got just a little bit of air able to pass through here like that. Let's say this is the bottom of it. And then at cruising, you have less vacuum, but you still want to vent that crankcase because you're at higher RPM, you're gonna have higher load, higher pressures. So the way those work, again, because it's tapered, somewhat like that, when you're cruising, you have less vacuum and it's thinner here, so you can get more airflow going through and you can vent more out of the crankcase. Just like that. Now, they also have this little lip on the bottom, and that's there for a reason. If for some reason, let's say your car backfires, it's probably going to be mostly on a carbureted vehicle, but a fuel-injected vehicle could backfire as well, sure, why not? And these sort of go here, like that. Okay, and these have that little end on them. Now, should it get pressure this way because of a backfire, let me move this so you can see it. You gotta tell me these things. I can't see this. There we go. Now, if it does backfire, you're gonna get pressure the opposite way, not vacuum, and that's gonna push this plunger down. And this plunger will seal against the bottom of that PCV valve and not allow pressure into the crankcase to cause any more issues that way, blow gaskets out, anything like that. So it's got 3 different modes. It has idle mode, which is going to be some venting through the crankcase. It has cruise mode, which is going to be a lot of venting through the crankcase. And then it has backfire mode, which is it's going to seal off and protect all your gaskets on the inside. I've cut open this PCV valve so you can see a little bit better. Intake side, this is crankcase side, and here's the spring we were talking about. The spring happens to be on the top of the plunger, not the bottom. And at idle, it pushes all the way open and becomes a restriction in that tube, but still allows flow. At cruising, it's going to have less vacuum, and it's going to allow more flow around it because of the cone shape of that plunger. And then if it does backfire, as you can see, with no vacuum on it, it seats all the way down, and it's not going to allow anything to pass through back into the crankcase. That's the basics of your PCV system. It is an emissions device, but you want this one. This one saves your gaskets. At the same time, it doesn't let a whole bunch of unnecessary crankcase vapors into the atmosphere. It burns them off in the engine. There you go. That is the fantastic world of the PCV valve. Now that I've changed mine out, hopefully I can swap that valve cover gasket out here in the near future and it will not leak anymore. So that's going to do it for today. If you have not changed your PCV valve in many, many miles, you should probably go do that because it will save you gasket leaks in the long run, and it's just good for everybody. All right, we'll see you next time.